Okay. We gotta go fast. I'm pretty sure we're like not gonna get later into the notes, but we'll do our best to make some progress today. I told you I started to try to make these notes. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just write a whole bunch and just leave these blanks. And it took me like 20 minutes to come up with this freaking stuff. So I was like, okay, this is the only time, probably all year, you'll ever have true skeleton notes with blanks. So do not get used to it. Welcome, solving systems of equations. Generally in math, you can solve an equation if there is only one variables. There are some typos on here for sure. One variable in the equation. If there are more variables, you're stuck. You'll need some more information. So we're gonna use a system, which is a group of equations that we can use at the same time. There are several standard strategies to solve a system of equations, like substitution, elimination, and graphing. Which one's the best? Which one do you guys like? Have you heard of any of them? Substitution. Any other votes? Graphing's pretty good if you have a grapher to graph it for you, which honestly, we probably will not have. So substitution it is, and elimination sucks. Not really. So here's what's going on in AA. Basically how this class is gonna work is that we are going to, of course we got a nice guy who's gonna do the weed whacking right before school's over. What we're gonna do is start and do all the classes you've already taken again, except for only the hard questions. So there are 5 topics in AA and also in AI. And the 5 topics are numbers. You heard of those before. That's like sequences and series, stuff like that. Easy. Number 2, functions. You heard of those before. Graphing them, factoring them. You've done that stuff before. Number 3, geometry and trig. You did that. Number 4, stats. Maybe you did it, maybe you didn't, but it's not like crazy. Number 5, calculus. You probably haven't done calculus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crush all 4 of these. Junior year, senior year, we're gonna only have calculus. That means we've gotta do all this stuff all over again. The reason we're doing system of equations first is because they like to choose the hardest questions for us, and most of the time, we're just looking for a random letter. Hey, find A, find B. And a lot of the time they use systems of equations. And honestly, last year, I did not go over this, and the juniors were horrible at it. And it really hurt their grade because they do all the new complicated IB stuff and they miss systems of equations. And this is an Algebra 1 skill, so we want to make sure that we're good at this, for sure. We're using substitution. And you already know how to do this, and there is nothing new here, I promise. So here we go, we have a question. A plus 3b equals 6, and 5a plus b equals 16, and I need to know what is A and what is B. I need a value for A and a value for B that will work and not only be true for one equation, but will be true for both equations at the same time. For example, if I choose A to be 0 and B to be 2, 0 plus 6 equals 6, that's good. But over here, 0 plus 2 equals 16, does not work. So I need a pair that works for both. In order to do that, we're going to use system of equations, and we're going to use substitution. So here's our first idea. Does this equation have only one of the letters? No. What about this one?
No.
So we're stuck. We cannot do it with just one. We have to use both. What's our first step? I'll tell you, the HL kids got it right away.
Subtract 3b over and get my a minus.
Nice, that's nice. I'm gonna step in and say that we're going to isolate a variable. Isolate, which is like maybe you play basketball and you're out on the perimeter and you gotta get an isolation matchup with your opponent because he sucks and you're gonna, right? I don't know about basketball, guys. I don't know. LeBron plays for the Lakers. So here's what we got. You were absolutely right, Alina. And subtracting 3b is exactly what we want to do. Now, there are good choices and bad choices as to which letter we want to isolate. So before we go any further, why did you choose to subtract 3b?
I thought it was like more simple.
Okay, why not subtract the a?
Then you get a decimal. So wait, no, you wouldn't. I just like the other one more.
Okay, so I probably just put you on the spot, and I appreciate you going for it. Your intuition is correct. We don't really do decimals, but fractions, you would get a fraction because this 3, called a coefficient, in front of the b, would have to be divided if you were going to try to isolate that b. And dividing might make fractions, and yeah, the a would be a 1/3 a. So your intuition is 100% correct. The a is a good variable to go for. Are there any other variables that would be okay to go for?
B in the second.
The b in the second, and you could do that, 100%. But I think it, like, we might as well start on the left side. So cool, let's start over here. A equals 6 minus 3b. I just subtracted my 3b to both sides. Of course you won't see me do a minus 3b, right? We're way past that. And now, what do we do?
Substitute the 6 minus 3b into the 5a.
Perfect. By far my favorite student so far. We're gonna take this a and we're gonna be substituting it. Now, let's talk about substituting. Some things that we can do wrong. We want to be careful about moving things over exactly. If you forget a minus or a plus, you're screwed forever. You're never going to get the right answer. So let's be careful. We want to take this 5a, and we don't want to write an a. The a is gone. The a has been expanded, and into that a, we're going to put 6 minus 3b. The a is gone, and that's good. How many letters do we have left? Only one, only b. And now we have a path to success. We just need to do some algebra 1 and get our answer. When it comes to distributing, don't mess it up. Lock in and get it right every single time. 30 minus 15b plus b equals 16. Combine your like terms, move the stuff that's not the same. Negative 14 is equal to negative 14b. What do we got for an answer? 1. And that's decent, but is that the final answer? Not really. We also need to find a. Do we have to restart and do this entire process a second time? No. We already know what b is. And so we're gonna now take that b, and the best place to go is probably where we already had that isolated a. Because now that b will be over on the other side, and we can just plug it in. So what would a be?
3.
A would be the value of 3, right? 6 minus 3 times 1 is 3. Now this is system of equations, and we gotta get this right every time. But it's the same thing. Isolate it, substitute it, move on. Isolate it, substitute it, move on. Okay, now, here's the thing. We're doing AA, and basically the whole point of what we're up to is like puzzle questions, okay? We're not trying to like make shape. I really don't know what they do with AI, but what they do is more like shapes and strategies. We're trying to do questions that are like little puzzles. A lot of the times, when you take a class like geometry, we'll do 10 questions and they'll all be pretty easy. And then we'll get to one and it'll be like, God, why why does the teacher hate us with this question? And we're gonna do a lot of those. Basically, all of the questions we do are gonna be like, ugh, who made this question? But we're gonna be great little math students, and at the same time, I think these questions are really rewarding to solve because they're just like little puzzles to figure out. We've got a second question here, and what's our issue with this second question? We gotta do the same issue, we gotta do the same thing. We gotta pick a variable, and are there any good picks?
No.
2W.
There is one good pick.
Oh yeah.
It's decent. The second W. It's a little bit more disguised than before, but dividing by 5, probably gonna suck. Dividing by 3, Dividing by 14, definitely not good. But dividing by 2 in an equation with 8 and 14, actually not too bad. Okay? Now I'm gonna do this question really fast because we're running out of time. You can do it on your own or try to do it or try to keep up however you want, but we got no time, so we're gonna go fast. I'm gonna isolate this. 2W equals 8 minus 14u. Gonna divide by 2, 4 minus 7u. Now I'm gonna substitute. Make sure that the W goes into the W, not into the U. That would be a silly mistake. 5u minus 3, 4 minus 7u equals 14. Distribute a -3. Don't get it wrong. That's the first week of Algebra 1. 5u minus 12 plus 21u equals 14. Even though I've done this a million times, I'm gonna pause for just a second, make sure. Okay, did the substitution correct, brought it down correct, distribute -12, positive 21. Okay, we're good. Now I'm gonna combine my like terms, 26u, add this 12 to the other side, 26u is equal to 1. Easy, put it in there. W equals 4 minus 7, W equals -3. Boom. Feel okay about that? Pretty much the same. Good? Next. This question is a monster. This question is brutal. What time is it? 3:25. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this question. Here's our strategy. Every single thing that we're gonna be doing is algebra. Algebra 1, algebra 2. We know the strategies. We've gotta be brave. We've gotta follow our, rules that we've always been following. We can't be afraid of fractions. We just gotta handle it. And we'll do questions like this that are a little nasty to make sure you handle it. This question, what makes it so much worse? The square. Yuck. If we have a system of equation, let's visualize it graphically, okay? What does one of these graphs look like? Like a U. Fancy word with a P, what's it called? Parabola. What does the other graph look like? A line. So, we have a U shape, and we have a line shape. And if you have a U and a line, what is the most number of intersections you could have? 2. What is the least? 0. Could you have only 1? Yes. So we could have 2 solutions here, or 1 solution, or 0 solutions. So we're gonna have to really keep our mind open here. Same idea, isolate one of them, plug it in, and do the algebra. There's nothing different strategy-wise. Isolate, substitute, go for it. Pick one to isolate, which one is best. And there's a lot of different strategies here.
Second.
Okay, so the second, are you meaning the second equation?
Yeah.
Okay, which letter you want?
M.
M. So we're going for M on the second equation. Sure, let's do it. We don't have time to debate. Make sure you're writing small for this one. 3m equals 40 minus 7n. Sure, divide by 3. M equals 40 over 3 minus 7 over 3n. We're just gonna have to deal with the fractions. Fractions are okay. We know a lot of strategies for dealing with fractions. We're gonna plug it in. Now when we do this, we're gonna be plugging it in into the m, and then we're gonna have to square it. If we solved for the n, we would have to plug the n into the n, and we would not have to square it. Are we gonna send it and square this, or do we wanna backtrack a little bit and go for the n instead?
I did something else. I don't know if what I did was right. But I thought something we were doing.
I have a feeling that the way that we are proceeding here is getting a little funky, because we're gonna have to, I mean, here you go. This is what we're at. Are you there? Did you write this twice and foil it together?
No. So I subtracted the 8 over, and then I separated that entire equation into 2. So I got n minus 4, and then n plus 2 equals 0. I don't think I was supposed to do that. No, I got that too.
Oh, so you did like factoring,
Yeah.
but they're different letters, the M and the N. So I'm right. So I'm with you if they were the same letter, but they're not. So bummer. This is. Let's pause for a second. Instead of going M into the M, let's go for the N. The N's gonna be easier. So same thing. Let's do 7n equals 40 minus 3m. Let's divide by 7. N equals 40 over 7 minus 3n over 7. Now, when we plug this in here, we don't have to actually square it by writing it twice and foiling it. That sounded like a nightmare. M squared minus, and this is gonna be much better, right? Woohoo! Plugged it in. M squared minus 2 times 40 over 7 minus 3 over 7 m. That's why we double check. Good catch. Equals 8. Now I need to distribute my 2 there. M squared minus 80 over 7 plus 6 over 7 m equals 8. Multiplying fractions is pretty easy. You just multiply tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. So that's 2 times 40 makes 80, and 2 times 3 makes 6. Of course, negative is positive. Now we're here. Now we have all m's. Now we're heading in the direction of factoring. But we also have these 7s, which we respect fractions, but we don't love them. But also, we can just get rid of these fractions. What's our fraction eradication technique?
Multiply.
Yeah, reciprocals and multiplying is the same idea. We were going to multiply every single term by 7. If we multiply every single term by 7, this would be 7m squared. This would be 80, 7 on the top, 7 on the bottom, 7 is crossed out, 80. This would be 6 with a 7 on top and a 7 on the bottom. That would be 6m. And what's 8 times 7?
56.
6. He's quick. Okay. Everything on one side. Let's do some factoring here. 7m squared plus 6m minus, what's 80 minus 56? 136. 136, right? Negative 56, negative 80. Because they're both negative, so they work
I
together.
thought you said subtract 80 from 56.
I got you. It would, in that case, it would be 24 for sure. Okay. Now we need to factor this, and this is nasty. Okay? Because we need numbers that multiply to 136 but add to 6. But actually, we need numbers that multiply to 7 times 136. Now this problem, at this point, is harder than you'll see on a homework or harder than you'll see on a quiz. But we can still do it. So let's just stick to it. 7 times 136. What's 7 times 6?
32.
42, but you put the 2 on the bottom and you carry the 4. What's 7 times 3? 21 plus the 4.
952.
Yup, he's on to it. Boom, boom, boom. 952. Okay, that was the hard part. 2 numbers that multiply to make 952 that add together to make 6. Okay, that's crazy, but what do we know about the 2 numbers? If they add together to make 6, what do we know about them? Okay, what about this? What about this? X squared plus 3x minus 15. What's the factor for this? No. Well, almost got it wrong that fast. What's the factor for this?
3 and 2. 5.
3 and 5. Okay. And what does this 2 mean?
That the 5 is bigger.
Right.
5 is positive.
Right. And how far apart are 5 and 3? 2. This 2 is how far apart those numbers are. So if we go back here, how far apart are our 2 numbers? 6 apart. So we need to pick 2 numbers that are 6 apart. So for example, is 30 and 40 a good guess?
No.
Definitely not. We need 2 numbers. Are there any numbers anywhere near 950 that you know how to multiply together? What about flat 900?
30 and 30.
30 and 30. So we want numbers kind of near 30s and 30s. We want them to be 6 apart. So we got 2 options. We can really big brain it, or we can just rip a guess.
I kind of want to rip a guess. 30 and 36.
42 and 36 is gonna be way bigger. We're only trying to go up by 52 from 30 and 30.
26
32 and 38.
22.
32 and 38, what are you saying?
26 and 32.
So you went bigger, and he went one bigger, one smaller. Which way you want to go for?
One bigger, one smaller.
Well, we have votes over here from,
You know.
are you siding with them? All right, turn around and look at her and tell her that you think they're right. No, I'm just,
So you hate me?
I'm just being silly, I think, I'm agreeing that we probably need to split it up a little bit, okay? And what was your suggestion?
26, 32.
26 and 32. And what is 6 times 2? 12. And that looks okay, because we need to finish with a 2. So maybe that will work. Okay, what did you guys say? 30, 32 and 26?
Yeah, something like that.
32, 26. Okay, 6 times 2? 12. 6 times 3?
That's too small.
18, 19. 0 was 2 times 2. 4 was 2 times 3. That is 700, 800, 832. We're short.
38, 34, 28, and 34.
28 and 34. Now we can think, what is 8 times 4? 32. Is that going to line up decently? Okay. Let's try this. 34 and 28. What's 8 times 4? 32. What's 8 times 3? 24. 27. 0. What's 2 times 4? 8. 2 times 3? 6. 800, 952. We did it. Which one's positive?
Wait, which one positive? You said 28.
No. We've got
I wrote it down on my paper. It's 30.
plus 34 minus 28. We got some factors. Oh my god, I wrote way too big. We've got some factors here.
Whoa.
Are these right? These are not right. These are not right. Because you can't have 7 and 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. We have to simplify one of these. We gotta do slide into 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
we did right.
which one of these gets reduced?
28.
28 is 7. And so what does it get reduced to?
7 minus 4.
Just n minus 4.
M
Just n
minus
minus 4. This is awful so far, but we're very close. We now have 2 answers. The first answer is m is negative 34 over 7. And the second answer is m is 4. So what's going on now is we've got a U shape and we've got a line, and how many times do they cross? Twice. We have 2 possible answers. One of them is 4. Thank God, because that doesn't seem that bad. If we take the 4 and we plug it in, we should get one of our answers. M equals 4, and plug in the m probably to this area. N equals 40 over 7 minus 3 times 4 is 12 over 7. When you subtract fractions, you subtract the tops. 40 minus 12 is 28. And then 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 4, 4. Our 2 graphs touch at 4, 4. But they touch somewhere else. They touch at, also, m equals negative 34 over 7. And you know what? If we did all of this, why would we stop now? Plug it in and let's do it. N equals 40 over 7 minus, we're gonna plug in a negative, so we'll make it plus. 3 times 34 is 90, 12, 102. 7 times 7 is 49.
I don't think that's right, guys.
Common denominators. Why is that not right?
Huh?
What we do wrong?
I don't know.
It's ugly.
780 is at 280 plus 102.
Right, so we need to multiply this by 7, multiply this by 7. So you're absolutely right. It's 280 over 49 plus 102 over 49.
382
N equals 382 over 49. And that does not simplify. It's just the worst decimal ever. Okay, that is legit. We did it. We found the 2 places where these cross. Let's talk about this for a second. Will you be given and expected to do this kind of question on a homework? No. What about a quiz? No. What about a test? Probably not. No. Okay? It's a little bit too long. Did this question make you want to almost say, I'm just gonna give up, it's not important? Probably a little bit, but we have to commit. Okay? This is harder than I would expect you to do on your own, but you're capable of this. This is all ugly algebra, and probably you would have either goofed or said, I think I'm wrong, and just kind of quit. But we just gotta ignore those, and we just gotta push through. Okay? Most of what we're going to learn really isn't that bad. But then, bam, we're gonna get hit with the algebra, and we just gotta send it. Okay? It is now 3:42. I'm going to